So it's a hearty recommendation for me, that one. And Greg, is your game a hearty recommendation too?
In some ways, quite literally, a hearty recommendation. It's a game I actually would probably have talked about a few weeks ago, but obviously in my absence I haven't really been able to discuss it. And it's a game that actually put a positive spin on what was a disappointing 2019 for the Switch for me. And that game is Sayonara Wild Hearts. I picked it up towards the end of the year, just sort of like a Christmas present to myself, kinda. And I really, really like it. It's like almost playing sort of like, it's one of those games where you play like, it's sort of designed to be played all in one go. It's almost like listening to like a really good album. It's like you're playing almost an album in a way. Because like, the music is like very good for the most part. Basically, the game it's sort of like an on rails kind of game. It's split into numerous levels. You'll go into a level and you've got like a set score limits to get like bronze, silver, or gold rank. And the way you play these levels is basically you have a character and it's like all the graphics are like very stylized. It's all very purpley hues and stuff. It's very nice to look at, but like it's very simple in a way as well. And so your character will sort of be on rails, maybe moving through the screen. You'll maybe be on like a motorbike or something, and you'll just be collecting these wee like tokens, or I'm calling them tokens. They're hearts, hence the name of the game. It's wee hearts, right? So you'll be collecting those, and the more you collect and like set up combos and stuff, like the more points you will get to push your rank up. And there are other collectibles in the level as well. There's like 3 wee, we'll call these tokens maybe. They're like wee square, like diamond sort of things. There's a set amount of them for each level. Like some levels there might be like 2 in it, some might be 3 or 4. So there's different things to go for. You can go for the ranks, obviously, to get the gold rank in each level, which will keep you coming back to the levels. And then there's obviously those 3 collectibles, or 3 or 4, whatever collectibles that I spoke of. But yeah, you go through, you collect these, and then like you go on to the next level. They only last maybe about a minute or 2, and then you'll get the odd level, which is like, I suppose you could consider it like a boss sort of level. It's not really. It's just like a longer sort of level, like almost like a full song, like 3 or 4 minutes. But you'll be on like one level, you'll be on like a motorbike or whatever, and the next stage you might be like flying through the sky or something, and then sometimes it'll maybe go into like a 2D plane where you're flying, and then there'll be like these quick time events as well where you have to like time your button presses to get scores and stuff and like defeat enemies that way. Or there'll be other levels where like you're on or like maybe you're on your motorbike again, but it actually shoots this time, and you'll have things coming towards you in the screen. You shoot them all, and it's a nice wee game where it keeps mixing things up. And like I said, the music's really good, and there is a song probably like maybe about a third of the way through the game. It's maybe like the first what you consider sort of like a boss sort of level, where it's like you're going through it, and then like the music will just sort of like break into its chorus, and like the level will change, and like just the feelings and emotions it kind of gives you as you're playing along with it, like it's really, really good, and I would like highly recommend it. It's like probably what actually became one of my like favorite songs in like games, certainly last year anyway. But in terms of like the overall gameplay, like there's quite a few levels where it's like you're trying to collect these things, but you don't know where they are, and like some of the levels go really, really fast, so it's like you will have to repeat them like once. I need to be on the left hand side for whenever like the camera changes there, and also the levels are short enough that you don't mind replaying them again and again. And there's some where it's like your scores seems to be so far off where it needs to be to get like that top gold rank, so it's like, right, I really need to get this down, get these patterns down. And like even just getting into like the music of the levels and stuff sort of like helps you sort of focus yourself in some levels, because there is one specific level where it's like you'll see part of a level, and then that part of the level will disappear, and you'll see another bit, and then just as the beat changes, it'll go back to the other one, and you have to remember where all the obstacles are while you go forward. So there's certainly plenty of variety. There's even levels that are, if you've ever played Rez on the Dreamcast or like the remaster of that on the PS4, there's just bits where it's just you're sort of shooting, like you're sort of like doing a combo, like you select pretty much all the characters on the screen and then your character will shoot out. Yeah, plenty of variety in I'd say it probably lasts maybe about 2 hours, maybe not even, maybe an hour and a half, something like that. But I talked last week about 1980X and how like it went through a variety of things, but none of them really like satisfied. Sayonara Wild Hearts just felt like I enjoyed like pretty much my entire time with it, and like I say, like with scores and other collectibles to go back to, like it's certainly worth playing through again and again just to improve your scores. There's even like you can just play through level after level if you want, but once you beat the game, you actually unlock like it's pretty much like the entire album. So you just play the levels sequentially. You don't like there's no breaks in between. Well, I think that's how it works. I haven't actually tried it myself, but it seems to be that way, and I would highly, highly recommend it.
You picked that up in a sale, wasn't it?
I did. I can't remember how much it was. It was less than a tenner, and I think it was about £7 or £8.
It's on my wish list as well, this one. It looks very bright, vibrant, colourful, and the music looks very cheerful too.
Mm-hmm. I tend to not know how to deal with some of the more artistic sort of games that come out. Like I've been very vocal about my dislike of Journey in the past, and I sort of see this. It's like in the same sort of ballpark where it's like there's maybe not like a entire like the gameplay and stuff's maybe not like as deep as you would like find in like lots of bigger games and stuff. But Journey, for me, kind of felt like a pointless excursion. Kind of people talked about how beautiful it was and the experience of it all. And it's just like it honestly did nothing for me. Whereas Sayonara Wild Hearts, there was more of a gameplay aspect to it, and I enjoyed it an awful lot more. And it's one of those games where you might just have to take a chance on it, and you might fall in love with it. Or if you don't really like the music or anything in it, then chances are you might not enjoy it, but give it a go when it's on sale.
Journey sounds like Gris. Everybody loved that, and I got nothing out of it, bar some walking. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.